Hi, my name's Hannah and welcome to my series Here Come the Girls from my wedding scrapbook. This week I'm going to be showing you some more ideas for preparation for your lovely hen do from my book Girls Night In. So this week we're going to be doing talking point crackers, which are really fun. You can put loads of different things inside them and it's a great place to get the conversation flowing at your party. So from your sheet of white card, you need to cut out 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres square, which is obviously this shape. And then we need to make this into our inner of our cracker. So we just need to curve that round into a nice tube shape. It's a really good idea to use the side of the table when you're doing this. And you can just pull the paper down the side and it kind of helps it curve a little bit. And we just roll that round, and I'm just going to use some sellotape, and then we just need to sellotape down the side, just there, and then just fold over your ends like that, and we've got a nice little tube shape. So this is quite a fun bit. You need to think of some questions or dares that can go inside your crackers. I've come up with a few ideas here, but obviously you can come up with your own personal ones. This one was, if you had 3 wishes, what would they be? What was the name of the first boy you ever kissed? Or what was your first impression of the husband-to-be? Now this could be to any of the girls. That might be quite a funny question. So write those down on tiny little bits of paper, much like you would with a normal Christmas cracker. So our next stage is to make the outer layer of our cracker. So we need to cut 20 by 20 centimetres of this crepe paper. It's a little bit tricky to cut, so just be a little bit gentle with it because it can rip quite easily. So I'm going to measure 20 centimetres by 20. Just really lightly draw a line down it. And then we're just going to cut that out, and always cut it out with scissors because otherwise you might tear it. Now we've cut out our 20 by 20 centimetre square of crepe paper, we're going to fill our tube with our little bits and pieces. So I'm going to add the chocolate in there, and then I'm going to add the dare, and then finally I'm going to add the cracker snap. So just thread that through, and obviously it's a bit long now, but we'll cut it down in a second. And then we're just going to roll, put it right in the middle and just roll the crepe paper around the outside. And then we're going to get our sticky glue line, because the reason why we use these is it makes everything really neat and tidy. So we're just going to cut a little section off there, and then we're going to add that to the edge of our crepe paper and just pull that off really carefully. And we've got a nice sticky line there, and we can just roll that over onto there, and then that's nice and closed. So we need to close up our ends. I've got this pretty green baker's twine here. Just cut a couple of sections, tie around the ends. You just need to give that a double knot just to make sure it's really secure. And do the same on the other side. Tie there, and then just trim off any excess ends. And at this stage we can trim just the ends of the cracker snaps off. So that looks lovely as it is, but I'm going to add some scrapbook paper over the top just to give it that finishing touch. So from the scrapbook paper I've cut out 9 centimetres by 10 centimetres, and again I'm just going to roll that on the edge of the table just to give it a bit of a tube shape to it. And then we're just going to attach that around the outside of our cracker. And as you can see, it's got a nice tiny little bit of overhang there. And again, I'm going to use the glue line so it looks nice and neat and tidy. And we're just going to stick that onto our paper. So we just need to peel this off again, just from here. And you want to make sure that that goes over the top of the edge. And there we have our beautiful talking point cracker. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a nice big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my wedding scrapbook. You can also follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook, and you really must tune in next week when I'm going to make the scrumptious chocolate block.